Hi everyone, and welcome to Happy Healthy with Jess and this 15-minute lower body stretch session. All you'll need for this class is maybe a cushion. If you need some padding for your knees, then grab a blanket or something, but just a little bit of space. If you have them, maybe a couple of blocks, or if you've got a thick book, that could be useful, but just bring yourself and we'll get going. All right, everybody, so let us begin on all fours. So I'd love you to come shoulders on top of your wrists, knees underneath your hips. And I want actually to start with the spine, just to get everything moving. So a gentle cat-cow, let's gently breathe in through the nose, dip the belly down, lift the chest and the chin. And then gently breathe out through your nose, arch through the spine, chin to chest. And really push the floor away. And let's do that a few more times. Breathing in, dip the belly, lift the chest, the chin. And breathing out, arch it up. Now just keep that going for me. In your own time, this is a really nice movement to start any kind of stretch session just because it kind of brings the breathing nice and regular through the movement, and it just gets all that movement through the spine that will help ultimately any area feel a little bit more mobile. So take your time. If you want to stay here for the full 15 minutes, you're very welcome. I know it's one of my favourite moves. Beautiful. And then the next place that we're going to come to is we're going to come into a lunge. So let us bring ourselves up onto the knees, and we'll start by bringing the right leg forward. Like I say, if you want some padding for your knee, feel free to grab it, but we're gently going to bend into this right leg, and all I want you to do is bend into it and then come out of it. Bend into it and come out of it. Now don't worry if this knee goes over your toes. Everybody kind of stresses about that, and there's really no problem with that at all. As long as your foot is flat, and as long as you're getting a little bit of sensation through your left thigh when you sink down. Let's do that 2 more times. Let's breathe in to sink down. And breathe out, and let's hold it this time. I think I said 2 more times and then we only did 1. Feel free to do another. Typical. Good. Then gently breathe out. I think the breathing threw me because what I want us to do is to breathe out as we relax. And I think I cued it the other way around. So just gently breathing out to sink into your hips. Now from here, give your thighs and your bum a little bit of a squeeze. Push into that right foot and just hold it here for 2 more breaths. Gently breathing in. And breathing out, feel like you're relaxing. 1 more time. Breathing in. And breathing out. Lovely. Now let's relax that. Come out of it for me. Give everything a wiggle. We're actually going to come back in there in a second, but we're just going to warm into it because I know some of you will be thinking, oof, hello hips, good morning, good afternoon. Whatever time you're doing it, you'll be saying hello to your hips. So let's do that again on the left. So sinking down and then easing out. Sinking down and easing out. And just keep breathing for me. Breathing in, breathing out to sink. Lovely. And again, you're wanting most of your sensation here around your thigh and your hip, right in the front. Let's do 2 more of those. Or 1 more. It's up to you. Lovely. And we'll sink down this time. So let everything really relax. Breathing in for me. Breathing out, relax. Now I want a bit of activity in the lower body, so a bit of a squeeze of your bum, a bit of a squeeze of the thighs. Now hold that, breathing in gently. Breathe out, let everything relax. Do that 1 more time, breathing in. Engage. And breathing out. Lovely, everybody. Really, really nice. Okay, from here, let's come back into right leg forward, but I want us into a 90-degree position. So 90 degree at the front, 90 degree at the back. Tuck the tailbone for me, squeeze the bum. And as soon as you squeeze your left butt cheek in this position, you should feel a stretch through the front of your thigh. Reach your left arm high for me, breathing in. Now push down into that back knee, into that back shin, keep your hips still and lean over to the side. So we get this little side bend over to the right. Keep pushing your hips forwards, squeezing of the bum. Obviously don't go crazy. I would say around about 40% squeeze. Very nice, one more breath. Lovely, now this time, I want you to take the right foot forwards again, but heel toe it out to the side a little bit. We're going to bring the hands either onto blocks or onto the floor. So as you come down, bring your fingertips. Remember, if you've got a block or you've got cushions, you can put your hands on them. But we're going to sink the hips down. Now I'm going to move my left knee a little bit further back. So I like to lift it and replace it down. Generally that helps the knee be a little bit more comfortable, but it also gives me a bit more space in the hips here. So this is a nice lizard pose, and just let's have a few breaths here. As it's only 15 minutes this class, it's more about kind of wiggling and just giving ourselves a little bit of a stretch out, a little bit of a connection with our body and our breath. So we're not staying for hours, as much as I'd like to. Good, one more breath, everybody. Now, final thing before we come out of here, let's bring your right hand to your right knee, or you can reach the arm high as you breathe in. Breathe out, draw the shoulder blades together, give your legs a little bit of a squeeze, opening through a twist. One more breath. Very nice, everybody. Let's come out of there. Good, other side. So left foot's going to come forward, 90-degree position. Tuck the tailbone, and we hold that for a second. Little squeeze of your right bum cheek with your hand. No, I'm joking. You can if you want. Why not? So from here, pushing down into your knee, pushing down into the feet, we lift the right arm, breathing in, breathing out, stretch it over. Fantastic, everybody. Gentle breath in, gentle breath out. Good, remember you're tucking the tailbone, you're pushing your hips forward at the same time as leaning over. And release, fantastic. So I'm wiggling this foot a bit further forwards, but I'm heel toeing it out to the side, so I've got a bit more space. Then I'm coming down, either hands to blocks, cushions, or the floor. I'm gonna pick that back knee up, move it a bit further back, and then I've got a little bit more wiggle room. Nice. Good work. I like to spend a little bit longer on this sort of area just because generally it's not just your hip flexors and your thighs that we're getting here, you know. We're helping out the lower back. Some of you will be feeling it in the inner thighs, in the outer thighs. All these places will all be feeling it differently, and that's a lovely thing. One more breath, everybody. Lovely. Now, right hand is going to stay down on block, fingertips or whatever, but left hand can come to your knee or reach it high. Inhale for me. Exhale, draw the shoulder blades together, little squeeze of the legs as well. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. Fantastic, everybody. Now from here, we're actually going to step to the top of the mat. So step it up for me. Give everything a little shake and a wiggle if you need to. But what I want you to do, feet under the hips, we're going to hinge it over. Oh, hello, plant, sorry. That's probably half of my video is me just bumping into my plants, to be honest. So, hinging over. Now, we're not locking the knees, but we're also not bending them, okay? I want long, straight legs, a squeeze of your thighs, push down into your feet, hands to your thighs or your shins with a straight spine. Take a gentle breath in as you lengthen the spine. Breathe out, see if you can get your lower belly a bit closer to your thighs without rounding your spine, yeah? So we're not here. If that means you're up here, okay? Don't let your ego get in the way. Breathing in, push your feet, lengthen your spine. And then let's breathe out and round the spine, everybody. Let everything go. Let everything hang. And just give that head a little nod. And give it a little shake. And then take some bends and straightens of your legs for me, and just feel what the body does as you do that. Lovely. Primarily we want to feel it in the backs of your thighs, but as we've relaxed over, you'll be getting a bit of a decompression of your spine as well, which is such a lovely feeling. Good, everybody. Let's roll it up. Push into your feet, engage your thighs, roll it up slowly. When you get to the top, take a bit of a roll of the shoulders and just give your hips a bit of a wiggle round. Feel free to dance, you know, whatever you want. Okay, so from here, I want you to step your right foot back. We're coming into a calf stretch. So toes pointing forwards, parallel with those feet. We're bending into the front knee. The back leg is straight. don't worry if this heel is not quite flat on the floor, okay? As long as you're feeling it in the calf, you're doing it right, yeah? So gentle breaths, hands wherever you feel comfy. Feel free to lean forwards a little bit if you want, or you can stay upright, but breathing in gently. Breathing out, relaxing, feel that stretch through the back of your calf. One more breath. Good. Now the next one is a bit weird. I want you to bend your right knee. So see about bending that right knee at the back? Now that'll just take the stretch a little bit further down. That will feel a bit weird. It'll be kind of more towards the Achilles and the bottom of the calf, but a bit of a bend in it at the back. Good, and then give that a bit of a release. Bit of a weird one, that one, isn't it? But quite good actually for the calves, especially if you're a runner, because that's an area of the calves we don't get, which I'll definitely do a video on, by the way, if anybody would like that. Some really awesome sort of stretches and movements for runners. Toes pointing forwards, parallel, bend into that right leg. Back heel, gently going down to the floor. Remember, it doesn't matter if it doesn't quite reach. Good, gentle breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Fab. So from here, after we've done this in a minute, we're going to just focus on outer thighs, inner thighs, and then we'll be all done. So just kind of working around the body. Obviously, there's so many more stretches we could do, but it's just nice to work around the whole lower body. Let's bend that knee at the back a little bit. So it'll feel a bit weird. I'm going to make mine a bit shorter because this one's a bit tighter. Whoops. Now, back knee, I'm bending into a little bit. It'll feel like you're getting more into sort of the Achilles area. Breathe. And let's release. Well done, everybody. Really nice. Give those ankles a circle, any movements you need to do. We're coming down back onto the floor. And this is where if you've got your cushion, you might want it. I'm going to sit up on it. And we're going to bring the soles of the feet together, okay? So for a little butterfly pose, make sure there's a bit of distance, but you find the right distance for you so that when you lean forwards, you get that inner thigh stretch here. I'm just going to turn this way. Nice. So inhale, hands to ankles, lengthen your spine for me. And gently breathe out, hinge forwards with as straight a spine as you can to begin. Yeah, inhale for length. Exhale, hinge. Good, and then just start to round your spine a little bit more for me. Any little wiggles you want, feel free to take them. And just let your body relax in just a few breaths here. Primarily focusing on the inner thighs. If you're not getting it in the inner thighs, you can absolutely take your legs wider into a big straddle, okay? Any place you want to go. Generally, this will be good for most people, but you choose. One more breath. Fantastic. Now feel free to just take a little reach of your arms nice and forwards, wiggling through that upper back a little bit. And then we're going to come onto our backs to get into the outer hips, okay? So, moving your cushion, unless you want to put it underneath your head, you're going to bring your right ankle onto the left lower thigh. Get yourself comfortable. You're going to thread your right hand through the hole in front of you and interlace your fingers behind the back of your left thigh. If you need a bit more, you can go on top of the shin. If you need less, put this foot up against a wall so that when you relax, you actually get the stretch, and the closer the bum to the wall, the deeper the stretch will be. We're just going to stay for a couple of breaths here. So if you need longer, of course, take longer. As soon as you get in here, you might think, oh, hello, I need a little bit more time in there. That is absolutely fine. Nice. Remember, every exhale, relax your body a little bit. Fabulous. Now let's swap sides whenever you are ready. No rush. Left ankle onto lower thigh, thread the left hand through the hole and interlace behind the thigh. Remember, you can interlace wherever works for you. And feel free to have a little wiggle. If you're getting any issue with your knee, see about flexing the left foot and just actively push your left ankle into your thigh, and that should give you a little bit of relief. If it doesn't, obviously just back off. Couple more breaths. Nice, everybody. And the way to just finish this class today, take your feet about mat distance apart or wider than your hips, depending where you're doing this. Arms can be as wide as you like. I'm going to bend at the elbow because I've got a little space. And I just want you to gently lower your knees over to one side. Nice. Notice your hips here. So if I've lowered my knees over to the right, I'm feeling my left sort of inner thigh, inner knee hovering away from the floor. That's quite a nice position for the hips, I should say. And over to the left, or over to the other way, whichever way you've gone. Doesn't matter. Little twist to finish. Giving that hip just a slightly different rotation here as well. Beautiful. And let's bring those knees into the chest, have a little wiggle. And feel free to come up whenever you're ready. Don't get dizzy, we've been on our backs a while, so if you need to, spend a bit of time on one side. But that's our 15 minutes. It goes very fast, doesn't it? So thank you so much for joining me, everybody. This is also part of a little 3-part stretch. So this is our lower body, you've got upper body, and also a full body 15-minute as well, which if you thought this was quick, then, head on over there. But thank you so much for joining me. As always, it is a pleasure. Please, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe, comment, let me know what else you would like to see on this channel. And thank you again for being here. Take care.